All right, hey everybody. This is going to be, well, I'm going to attempt a playthrough of Rome: Fate of an Empire. I say attempt because my phone is, as usual, low on storage. So, at worst case scenario, I'll have to split this into two videos. But I'm going to try to do setup for you, and then just go through a short game, which is 3 rounds, and let's look at this. Yeah, 2 partial edicts, and that's going to be challenging enough on normal, I believe. So we'll do that, and yeah, we'll start setup. I have my camera at an awkward angle. I'm trying to see if I can get all of this in frame. So we'll see as I go through setup here. I'm weirdly standing beside my camera, so it'll work. We'll figure it out. Okay, there's all the components. Set that to the side, and there's the cards. We're gonna need this mat. Can I get that on screen? Yeah, but I'm not gonna show anything below that. We'll see what we can do here. It's gonna be tricky. Trying to figure out a configuration here. And the question will be, where are we gonna put the market boards, and is there gonna be room? Might have to put that over here to the side or something. Yeah, goodness. There's a lot in this little box. We'll see if I can fit it over here. That'll be a little bit awkward, but I want to try my best to get things in frame. Good enough. How about that? All right. Get these off to the side here. We'll pick our leader. I noticed in 2 of the videos they kind of showed off Augustus, who actually is one of my favorite leaders. And I think Mike from One Stop Co-op Shop played with Livia, which was great. I think she's a great leader as well. I like Marcus, and actually I like all of them. Let's look at Fulvia here. What is she good at again? She's good at influence? No. She's bad at moving. She's good at population. Ah. That is kind of an interesting idea. Maybe we'll play with Fulvia. I also like Marcus just because I like the historical character. You know what, let's try it. We'll go for, I think, Fulvia. She can be tricky because she really likes population, and that can be tricky sometimes. All right, I can set some of this to the side. First we'll set the territories out. I don't know if this is going to fit in frame. Give those an overhand shuffle. You know what? I need more room over here. Depending on where I put my deck. Shucks, I wish I had a better camera for you guys, because it's going to be hard unless I lift the components up for you. But we'll do our best here. So I have enough room to put those along the top, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Oh, then that's too close to... Is that in frame? Nope, that's definitely not in frame. Let's see. Sorry about that. That should leave enough room there. This might be a failure to launch here, because it's not looking like I'm going to have room to put everything in frame. This is a way bigger game than has any right to fit in that little box. Yeah, these territories come out randomly. Okay. Yeah, I mean, most of them are there. Should be able to move that over a little bit. If I do that, does that help? Ah, kinda. Yeah, get rid of the glare. Okay, right now I'm getting my influence token supply and my influence tokens. I'm going to start with 3 of them based on her track, her technology track. Then I get, how many trade tokens? 2. Okay, and then 4 movement tokens. That's just standard. Everybody gets 4, every leader that is. And yeah, the rest of these are going to go off to the side in a supply. We'll throw some enemies out onto the board, give those a shuffle. I'm not supposed to see those, so I'll do my best to not look at them here as I put them face down. Yeah, they get revealed when you move 1 space adjacent to them. So there's a little bit of mystery there. Oops. I believe that's correct. And we shouldn't need any more of those with Fulvia. I don't think she does anything tricky regarding the enemy tokens. If you play with Trajan, he does something interesting with enemy tokens. He can actually cause more to come out. I'm going to riffle shuffle this one because I think I have those sorted. I'm shuffling up the advanced attributes. Okay, should be pretty good. Put those over here, and I'm going to deal myself a market. And those are going to be hard for you to see, but I can see them. And then, yes, we'll deal out the developments. I had put these together in the same bag, but there's a level 1 and level 2 developments, so I'll give these a shuffle as well. Oh man, messed them all up. Why don't I overhand shuffle these? Safer that way. I doubt we'll see too many level 2 developments. We'll see. I'll try to get a couple out if I can manage it. I'm going to play just a short game, so see how that goes. All right, here's the big stack of level 1 developments. Whoops, that didn't even count as a shuffle. There we go. Yeah, these business card size are weirdly, I wasn't sure what to expect, and I'm kind of liking the, they're actually quite easy to handle and shuffle. So pleasantly surprised with the business card size cards. I know that's one thing that we did to make the components fit in the box, and to me, it doesn't feel like a compromise. Actually, it actually feels pretty good. So I'm going to deal myself out the starting market of developments. Looks like we've got a couple farms. That's tempting, and this is not what you want to see for Fulvia, though. I'm looking for stuff with population. This mausoleum has some population. I want a population bonus because she really likes It's kind of one of her strengths down here on her player mat. Okay, kind of depends also what edicts we get. And what else? Let's get our... I'm going to do the edicts last, so I'm going to set those somewhere else. Here's the Strife and Loan cards. Those can be anywhere, so I'm going to put them up here out of the way. And cool, we'll do the starting deck and then the edicts and the cubes, and then we'll be ready. Alright, so we're looking for Fulvia's icon. So these two here, we're going to play with the Fulvi Fortune and Octavian. Octavian is kind of an antagonist for us. Depends on... yeah. I mean, yeah, there's good and bad to all these historical characters. Kind of depends which side of history you're looking at it from. So I don't know how many heroes there are in this era in history, but Fulvia was certainly she was an influential character, as was Octavian. So, all right, and then we're going to look for the two icons for the cards that Fulvia takes out. This one and that one. So we're going to have our starting deck of 16. Set the rest of those aside. You know, it's getting to the evening here. Hopefully the sun holds out for us a little bit, because I'm liking this natural light. I don't like going with my lamp here, so hoping we get a little bit more evening sun and enough time to finish a game. All right, I'm going to, you know what, I'm going to put my deck over here, and I'm going to center that a little bit, because you don't necessarily need to see the deck. Hey, we're getting close. I will set up the cubes. There's our pawn. That's us. Okay, you put cubes at all of the starting positions on their bonus tracks here. And one nice thing, most of the time these characters start at 1 or 0. Fulvia starts at 2 populations. That means we can tax right off the bat for 2, which is a good way to get some gold as you're just getting off the ground. And you start with 3 gold, at least in normal difficulty. And you start with 0 of all the things, of the 4 resources. Okay, I'm going to keep these cubes handy, because we might want them for our edicts. And what did I say? I'm going to check my own rulebook here. For a short game, normal difficulty, we're going to go 2 partial edicts. That's just the easier side of the edicts. They all have a hard side and an easier side, so that's this side. So we're going to draw 3 and pick 2. And I hope we get something that play to Fulvia's strengths here. So I'm just going to take the top 3. All right, let's have a look. There's Defend Rome. You know what? That might be fine. Actually, that might be fine, because she is, she kind of, so her minted ability here, I can pay an iron resource to take advanced attributes directly into my hand instead of putting them on top of my deck, which is what other characters have to do. So that, and the reason I bring that up is because iron feeds powering up red cards, and red cards generally tend to be military focused. So that actually might be some synergy. So I think I'm going to pick Defend Rome. And that says defeat at least 3 enemies, and then defeat the barbarian army. So it's like 1 big enemy at the end. And then we also have to reach 9 victory points here, or glory points. Now, where can I keep this so it's in view? I think, unfortunately, this is going to be out of view for you, so I'll try to just keep you updated verbally. Okay, so we picked Defend Rome. That's funny, I didn't even look at the other 2, but we're going to pick one of these. Oof. I don't like the deck crisis. One of the reasons I don't like it is Fulvia prefers taking Well, so there's two main ways to get gold early. There's the tax action and the borrow action. Borrow action gives you loans. It's actually more lucrative early, but it's worth more negative victory points at the end. But if you can get your population up, that tax action can be fairly efficient. So if I put in the work to get myself some population focused developments out, maybe I can get a population engine going and then not have to worry about gold very much. And in that case, I'm not going to be right. I'm not going to be excited about starting with extra loans and then having to pay all that extra money. But luckily, I think this commerce one is going to suit us a little better. Have at least 2 level 2 active trade agreements at one time. Yeah, that's just going to take some effort. Might be necessary though. And then have no more than 3 loans in your deck at game end. That's the part that I do like because I wasn't planning on that anyway. But it's a bit of a challenging glory point requirement because we're going to have to take the sum total of those two. And I'm going to check my rule book again to make sure I'm not lying about that for the glory point requirement. Yeah, you sum the total of the two. So I'm going to draw... Yeah, we're ready. I'm going to draw my first hand of 5, as noted by my military bonus. Let's see what the cards want to give us. Mercuralia, however you say it, is industry focused, but it's a flexible card. It lets you power up the other 2 or 2 others. This is good for cycling cards, which I might want to do. Oh, I forgot to put myself a cube out here to track the turns. That's out of frame. Oh no, it's not. I thought it was going to be out of frame for you guys. And the round, and then my glory points, which I start at 0. All right. Show of force. This is actually a typo on the prototype. I believe that's supposed to be 2 and then 3 industry here. The other show of force card is correct, so we'll go by that. But these are actually going to be pretty critical for us because of we need to conquer some enemies to meet our edict. And this is for building developments, and this is a good movement card. So let us survey the land here. I'm definitely going to drop an influence token at the capital because we're likely going to tax right away to get some gold. And I'm looking at, you know what, why did I put those upside down? I'm going to put those right side up since we put that thing sideways to us. Oh, okay, let's look these over. So there's a bridge up here. I kind of like the bridge because it would give us iron, which plays into Fulvia's abilities and would help us in our conquering. There's a farm and another farm. I'm not really that excited about those farms. Normally I actually like the farm build, but it relies on you getting a lot of farms out, and I'm not going to focus on that. I'm going to focus on military buildings if I can. There's a fountain that helps with technology, and there's a mausoleum that gets you stone and a population. So unfortunately, I really want this one. It might be worth getting this one out. You know what? I am going to focus on that because I like that industry bonus there, because that's going to move us up on our industry bonus track, and it's going to get us better movement skill. So, right, so how can I get that? This costs 5 industry to build. It's kind of unfortunate because industry is also what cycles cards. So, but let's focus on first things first. I eventually want this mausoleum. I want the bridge first since it's going to be cheaper to buy. That's going to be 2 gold to buy. So anyway, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to exhaust that influence token to take the tax action at the capital. That means I gain a strife. That goes into my discard. And then I gain gold equal to my population stat, which is 2. And that's nice. Most characters start at 1. So now we've got 5 gold. Can I get this bridge out? Can I get to 5 industry? Yeah, well, no. I would prefer to use that to cycle cards, but I don't have anything else for industry. But I'd kind of like to force it. Man, that's not that helpful. Shucks. not that excited about this initial hand. Should I focus on trade agreements instead? Because if you remember, we need 2 level 2 trade agreements, and I have technology in my hand, which is what gets you trade agreements. So let's look these over. Yeah, there's a stone one right here. I have trade agreements close. Right, I think it actually is going to be worth it to move over there since it's close, and then we can kind of scout out those 2 locations, or enemies. So yeah, let's do that. So let's play one of these for movement. I'm gonna play that engineer. I don't know where to play these so that you guys can see them. I'm gonna play this engineer out. Trust me that it's down here. And I'm gonna play it for movement, which means dropping one of these movement tokens on it. And I'm gonna set it to 1 because that's our movement stat. Please focus. There we go. And I'm gonna use that to move over here. Okay, we spent that 1 movement. Now we have these cards left. I'm going to try for the level 2 trade agreement, which costs 6 technology. And, right, this would get me 4 technology. I'm going to play that out using the boosted action, but to boost it, I'm going to use a gold, which is essentially a wild resource when it comes to, and only when it comes to boosting cards. You can't use it for other stuff. So I'm going to play this like tilted a little bit so that I remember that it's boosted. So I generated 4, and then if you play cards face down, they actually are worth 1 of any attribute. So I'm going to play 2 more cards face down to get me to 6, and that gets me that level 2 trade agreement, which is fantastic. Now I just got to remember I need to get 1 more this round, or I mean, not necessarily this round. It could be this round or next round because those trade agreements last 2 rounds. But we get 1 stone per turn until this trade agreement expires, which includes immediately upon doing it. Can't forget, I get to reveal those 2 enemies. Sorry if you guys can hear my cat. He's whining because I'm not letting him in the room with me, but he would definitely come and massacre this game board if I let him. So we're gonna unfortunately leave him locked out. So sorry if you hear him whining out there. I'm just checking out these enemy tokens. That one's not too bad. That would be 5 total military I need to generate, and that would be 6. So I kind of like that idea. Okay, I think I'm going to end my turn, and I'm going to keep this card in my hand. So I'm going to set that over here to remember that. I'm going to clean up my player area, take my movement token back. All the cards I played, even the one for movement, go over here into my discard. I get any exhausted influence tokens back. That's one error that I talked with Mike about after his playthrough, where he thought you only got those influence tokens back at the end of every round, and that's wrong. That he made it way too hard on himself. You get them back at the end of every turn if it's exhausted. Okay, I'm going to advance the turn marker. We have a few turns left for round 1, and I'm going to draw out my next hand. Okay. I get to collect, it's technically the active projects phase. I grabbed too many cards, 4 cards and the one that was in my hand. In the active projects phase, we would have to pay 1 gold for every active project that we had. But we don't have any active projects, so the only other thing that happens is we get to collect that stone resource from our trade agreement. So let's check out our hand. All right, I'm seeing some culture. And, okay, there's Octavian. We'll get to him last. This is a flexible card, but it's best at military. And then we kept this one that's good at cycling cards. Unfortunately, Octavian, he's one of the gray cards, which is industry typically. And he's sort of taking that away from us, because I would have preferred to have an industry card so I could play that bridge. But so he says if this card was in your hand this turn, -2 to the total military you generate, and if this card is in your deck at game end, -5 glory points. Okay, You may only use this boosted action on your final turn of any round. You must pay 4 iron and then trash this card. So I'm trying to remember how I normally play this. I believe I can discard this. It's just that, yeah, because there's nothing saying that I can't discard this card, so I'm just going to hold him into my hand probably and discard him at the end of my turn. And eventually I'm going to hang on to him to try to get him out of my deck and not have to take that victory point hit. So unfortunately, he's a bit of a dead card for me. I'm just going to discard it right away so I don't forget. Yeah, I need a plan. Let's see, if I power up this card, cards played face down this turn provide 2 of any attribute instead of 1. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which would actually be enough. Heck, let's do that. That's all my cards. But we're going to do that, so I'm going to play this, and I'm going to boost it so I can use that boosted action. So that's going to cost me the 1 stone, which is good. I'm glad we got that trade agreement in place. And then I'm going to play all 3 of these face down, 2, 4, 6 industry. I'm going to use them all as industry. Actually, first I would have had to buy this. Basically, it's buying the contract for it, but I'm going to buy this development for 2 gold. So we're down to 2 gold, and then I just showed you that I played cards to get to that 5 industry, so we get to build this. Now, unlike trade agreements, you don't have to be on the spot in order to build the development. You can build it in any available space. I'm going to save that because that lets you trash a strife when you build over it. And I kind of want this bridge in the middle of things because if you look, once a turn when your leader is on this development, you may play a card for movement at +3 your normal movement value. So if I have that thing kind of at the center of the universe, oh, this is actually great. So when I develop over this, I gain 2 stone, which is fantastic because I have to pay 1 stone whenever I drop an influence token on this. So it's almost like I planned that. I didn't, but it's working out as if I did. So we're up to 3 stone and 2 gold, and that's my turn. I don't have any cards I can't move, so I'm going to clean up my play area. I'll advance the turn marker. Now we'll fill in the market. So this one's a little cheaper. This would cost me 3 gold now, and we'll see if we get anything good here. That is another farm. Darn it, that's not what I wanted. If I was like Marcus or somebody, he really thrives on farms, but I, alas, am not. And draw 5 cards. We're going to run out of cards before that timer hits us. That's just fine with me. Okay, let's see what we got. Here's Fulvia's good card. This is the Fulvi Fortune. So you get Technology 2. This turn, you may exhaust 1 influence token without resolving its effect to gain 2 stone. Exhaust 2 influence tokens instead to gain 1 gold. Ooh, that's tempting. And I'm forgetting about her abilities down here. Let's read them. Minted. When you buy an advanced attribute, you may pay 1 iron or exhaust 2 influence tokens to put it directly into your hand. Got it. You may play Strife as 1 of any attribute. This is her Ruthless Politics ability. You may pay 1 iron to increase it to 2 instead. So unlike any other character, she can actually play Strife, the stuff that we're taking when we take that tax action. She can play it as an attribute. Okay, Perusian War, I think that's how you say that. Clearing Strife costs 7 culture instead of 4. And Festival Actions cost 2 instead of 1. So even though she's really good at not taking as much strife as other characters and even using some of that strife, it's more likely that we're going to be hanging on to that at game end and taking the hit in the victory point department. But okay, so we could just get 2 stone automatically. We're kind of doing okay on stone. I forgot to give myself a stone, by the way, I think, at the start of that turn. So now we're up to 4 stone. Or the boosted action here, which is technology 5, that's good, is or gain 1 gold for every development your leader moves into this turn that provides population. Well, population is few and far between right now. So I'm going to look out on the board here. Can we take on any of those enemies? Yeah, we have a couple of... We got quite a bit of military, actually. We got military right here, there, and there. Yeah, see, this is the show of force that's correct. It's 2 and then 4 and 3 for the industry on that bottom part. Yeah, let's take out an enemy, and we'll get closer on our Defend Rome edict here. So let's move. Oh, I forgot to... Sorry, that was wrong. I forgot to update my stat when I played that card out. So our movement, our industry track goes up 1, and now our movement value is 2, which is where all other characters start on, I believe. So that's good. We're up to snuff now. We're up to par. How do we want to get to, and which one do we want to get to? I kind of want to maybe move up here and have some economy of movement, because I might be angling to play another trade agreement right there and get some food coming in passively. So let's plan on that. What's he going to take? So we need to at least get to 4, and we need to get to 6 if we want to take no strife for our trouble there. Can we get to 6? Military, that is. So we don't have any iron to boost these cards, but we do have some gold. I'm going to need to circle back to the capital at some point and take out some more taxes, but we're weirdly doing good in our little... We're not spending gold that much yet, which is kind of nice. So this would be 1, 2... he's only worth it if we get him... Yeah, let's take that hit. So I'm going to power this guy up to get that 4 military. So I'm going to play him tilted and spend gold to power him up. And then I'll play him for the basic action for 2. That's 6 military. Good enough to take this guy out. And we gain, you can see on the bottom there, 1 glory point and 2 gold, which is great. I'm going to keep him as a trophy somewhere down here. And I'm going to get my 2 gold. It's actually quite a good deal. Oh, and the other thing I forgot to do when I played the bridge out is give myself my glory points. So this is worth 3 glory points. So that's going to be 3 plus the 1 from him. So I'm up to 4. Yay! We just need to get to like whatever 12 plus 9 is 21. We just get to 21. And that's a net 21. We already have some strife in our deck, but that's actually quite good. I'm realizing I failed to move up there, so which card of these do we want to play? Probably the Physician, because we're not doing much with culture right now. So I played that card for movement, and we moved up here. We took on that enemy successfully, and now we're up there. Could I get a little crazy and get a trade agreement? I think I could. Can I? Yeah, I can. Ooh! So I could power this card up. Actually, it doesn't matter which one I power up. Power one of these up. This will give me 5. Play this for the basic action, or I could even play it face down to get to 6. Oh, that worked out. Again, almost like I planned it. I wasn't thinking that far ahead. So I'm paying the 1 gold to power up that 1 card, and we just got our second trade agreement, level 2, no less, and we get that 1 food right away. And now we're going to have that passively coming in just like our stone. And how about that? We just completed this edict. Have 2 level 2 trade agreements at once. And then we just have to have no more than 3 loans in our deck. As long as I mean, that's a high glory point requirement, but as long as we get there, this one is done. I'm putting a cube on that one. And the rest of this game is going to be trying to get an engine going to score some more points, because I don't think it's going to be a problem. Oh, and I need to make sure I add a cube to show we defeated this enemy. So I'm going to be wanting to buy probably military cards, and that's why I wanted like an iron engine going. and building military buildings. But we'll see what comes out for cards. So I'm going to advance the turn tracker. We get to take income from both of those, so let's move up our stone and our food. Here's our last two cards in the round. All right, looking at this, we've got some culture and we've got some industry. It doesn't do me any good really to cycle any of those cards because the market refreshes at the end of the round anyway. And I haven't been looking at the advanced attribute market. I haven't quite felt the margin. If I had been thinking, maybe we would have bought this. Place this card in your projects area, gain 2 gold after every successful conquer action. Well, shucks, that would have been nice. Yeah, and oh man, look at that high military. This might be nice to buy anyway. Shucks, I wish I'd have bought that last turn. It's a solo game, so I can't I can't promise if I was playing this not on camera that I wouldn't retcon that and say that I bought that last round and have this in my hand. But I want this bad enough. I'm going to buy it right now. And I'm going to put it on top of my deck, which doesn't exist. But we just declared end of round because we started, we depleted our, I can't remember how that works. It's either when you start the deck or start the turn with an empty deck, or I think it's just when you draw your last card of your deck so that we can't just keep buying cards. So either way, I think this is my second to last turn, and actually it would be anyway based on this track. So check out the rulebook on that. I'm going to have to check the finer point on when the end of round is declared, but it doesn't matter in this case. We're gonna get it ended either way next turn. Cycling cards isn't going to do me any good. I have culture. Is there anything out here that takes culture to build? Well, yeah, there's a fountain and there's a mausoleum. Can I get enough gold together? No, because I'd have to play these for movement. What's this take? It takes 4 culture? I would have that. Heck, I could, no. You know what? I'm going to end my turn. So I'm going to go ahead and advance the turn marker, and then I'm going to draw up this hand, or this card. This is my last turn of the game. I get my 2 trade agreement benefits, so that gives me a food and a stone. Those are really, really coming in handy, because eventually I'm going to start cashing in this stone, hopefully converting it, like on this bridge, for example. So now we have this Imperator card, but I'm not going to actually use it to conquer. I'm going to use it for movement, which seems like a waste, but hopefully you'll see what I'm planning to do here. I'm going to move 2. Now I'm on the capital. I'm going to drop an influence token and exhaust it right away in order to take the tax action, which gives me a strife into my discard, but it gives me 2 gold. Now I have 3 gold, and that's enough to buy this mausoleum for 3. So that's in our hand now. And we need 4 culture to play it, or to build it. And there's culture 2, there's culture 2. I don't even have to power anything up. I'm going to play those 2 cards, and we are the proud owners of a mausoleum. And I'm not going to forget to do this time. Oh, I love this. So I got some more population, and our culture track goes up, which we didn't really need the culture. But I really like that the population is there, and we get the 2 glory points. Not a bad first round. I was a little nervous right away, but it's looking better all the time. Excuse me. So where do we want to put this? I think right here. I'm going to put it right there, because this card, when you build over it, you get 2 water, and we're light on water, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to play it out right there. Heck, that's the end of the round. So we will advance the round marker. We'll reset the turn marker. We're going to wash both markets. Ah, crap. Anybody remember how many glory points we had. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So cycle the market, put these to the bottom. Oops, wrong stack. And then we'll go ahead and play out. A new development market. I'm liking the looks of that. Hey, look at all that population. There's 2 hospitiums. Oh, I like the look of that. That's what we wanted. Okay, so to start a round 2, shuffle up my deck. We flip these trade agreement tokens, but they're actually active for one more round, and when they become inactive, we're going to actually move it to the center. So we have one more round to benefit from these, and we got the hard thing done with those, which was that commerce edict. We needed to play have 2 at once. So you can probably hear my cat whining outside of my door again. Poor guy. I just know he would be making a mess of this table. Okay. We actually get this back. We're going to get our food and our stone. I might just have to cash in stone for gold there. And I kind of want to start working my way down here. I want to make sure that I'm using my developments. Like, that's the point of getting these developments out, is dropping some influence tokens. So let's analyze these a little bit. This gives me movement, which is good, but what I'm actually more interested in is it essentially lets me cash in and trade some stone for some iron. It's almost like a magnifier of, because it makes you pay a stone to drop an influence token on it, but if you use it for its production action, it gives you 2 iron, and that can feed my iron engine, and I've got plenty of stone, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to do that for sure. And then I'm going to be angling to get some of these hospitiums out, and unfortunately I see this is the only industry card in the market. Actually, it's quite a good one. So that's on my radar too, and that will help us get some of those out. And yeah, let's make something happen here. I have a feeling this is going to be a good round. I'm seeing 43 minutes on my run time here, so that first round took us a while, but we did do setup. Okay, we have some industry. I'm going to save that. I want that for those hospitiums. So we also have this card here, which is worth some. But let's do this. Let's try to get some. I'm going to drop an influence token there. I'm going to use some of these for movement. So I'm going to play that one for movement. That gives me 2. It's going to take me all the way down to here, but on my way, I'll drop an influence token there. To drop one there, I needed to spend 1 stone. Fine with me. And, oh, technically I get +3 movement from this bottom ability. It's actually pretty cool. So I'm gonna adjust this to mark that. Now I'm down here, and I'm definitely gonna drop one here. Pay 1 food to add +3 to a conquer action. Man, this has some nice synergies with what we're trying to do with Fulvia. Vaults. After exchanging 4 same type resources for 1 gold, gain 2 resources of a different type than those exchanged. That sounds complicated, but when you do an exchange action, you just take 4 of the same type of resource and you cash those in for 1 gold, and this is saying you can get some extra resources out of that. I'm gonna play this turn out, and we'll see what we got. I want to end on a logical point. Too often I let my I let my phone run out of storage, and then it ends in an awkward spot. So I'm going to try to end at a decent spot intentionally. So I'm going to hang on to these 2 because I want those hospitiums, and those take industry. So I'm going to keep those over there so I'm not tempted to spend them. That's technology. I don't have any more trade tokens. And discard a card to gain 2 resources of that card's color. You know what? Why not? I'm going to play this for its top action. And then... oh man, but I might want this for the military. There's plenty of military over there. I'm more concerned about gold right now. Yep. So I want the green. I want the green. So I'm going to play this for its top action and discard this card to get green. So we're going to get 2 resources that are green. I'm going to hang on to these. And I'm going to tax my people. They're going to love me. Take a strife to do it, but I gain 2 population. I'm still at technically 2 population there. We don't move up to 3 until the next movement on that. But hopefully those hospitiums get us there. I'm going to exhaust this one for its production action. That gets me 2 iron. Now we're in business on the iron front. And then what do I want to do? I think I just want the stone. No. I'm going to cash in that stone. And I'm going to use this vault's ability. So I'm going to cash in my stone. I'm going to do an exchange action. So I'm down to 2 stone. So I spend 4 of those stone to get 1 gold. And then, wow, I'm doing good on gold. And then I get 2 resources off of that. So what am I hurting for out here? I have a way to get iron. I have a way to get stone, and I'm getting plenty from there. I'm getting food, so I might as well take a cup of water just so I have it for a rainy day. Yeah, I definitely did not intend the pun there. That was an accident. A happy accident. All right. I'm gonna hang on to those. So that's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna clean up my player area here. I'm going to take back my influence tokens. We used all 3. That was great. I'm going to advance the turn marker and fill my hand to 5. Oh, shucks. Before I do that, I could buy some cards. I'm not going to buy any of these. I'm just going to buy those right before I need them. But I might buy one of these industry. Might buy this industry card. So that's going to be 2 gold. Okay, so that happened before we ended the turn. We're now down to 4 gold, and I'm going to fill my hand. And we need to refill the market here. We'll slide down, and I see that card is not much good for us. All right, what do we get? A strife. I'm not going to do anything with that. I'm going to discard that. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. Fulvia can play strife as one of any attribute. Definitely we're going to do that. I can't forget about my trade agreements here. So we'll get us up to 7 food. And how do we get so much food? Just the 1 every turn? Must be. Oh, and I did that. No, yeah, that's... oh yeah, and I did that probatus, however you say that, action. And I give myself some stone. Okay, so we're working on turn 2 of round 2. I'm deciding, should I play one more turn? How much thinking am I going to have to do? Maybe I can do it. I really want one of these hospitiums out. So, how much is that going to cost me? 2? And can I do it? For sure I can. I think that's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to spend 2 gold, buy this hospitium from the market. That goes into my hand. And that's going to cost me 7 industry. Actually, you can put it in your hand or your project's area. We need 7. I want to be as efficient as possible. Octavian, I'm going to just discard him. I might just end up taking that hit at the game end. So we would have -2 military if we play any military. Hopefully I didn't forget to do that last round. Let's look at this here. can I get to 7 most efficiently? I don't have any green cards in my hand. But I could discard this. Oh, this is beautiful. So I'm going to play this for its boosted action by spending a stone. That's going to get me to 6. Now I don't have any green cards to discard, but what I do have is a Strife, and Fulvia is special. She gets to play Strife as one of any attribute. So I'm going to play that, play this for the boosted action, and to boost it, I'm going to pay 1 stone, which is not too difficult for us. We're doing pretty good on Stone Engine, and we get to play this out. This is fantastic. Look at that population. Woohoo! Perfect. Must be adjacent. Oh, crap. No! Oh, no! Must be adjacent to a development that produces food or water. We have one that produces iron and one that produces stone. Shucks. Alright. Back all that up. Take the gold back. Take the stone back. We gotta get that farm out first. Oh, that's a bummer. Can I do that in my minute that I have left? I would pay 2 gold and... oh, bummer. I'm gonna have to buy that card. Fine. Oh, I'm not liking this, but I'm gonna buy this card. That's a good technology card, and we'll see that next hand, and that'll get us that farm. Shucks. And I want to keep all of this industry, and even this Strife. I don't want to even waste that Strife because that's worth 1 of something. So I'm going to end my turn there. Let's do cleanup real quick, and then I'm going to pause. I might be able to figure out how to mash the 2 videos together, but for now we're going to pause, and this will either be part 1 of 2, or I'll figure out how to mash them together. But we'll clean up real quick. Advance that turn marker, and we didn't have any influence out there. I guess, let's say I would have dropped 1 there, and I would have exhausted it just to get that 1 stone. No reason not to do that. And yeah, that's the end of this turn. We'll pick up in part 2. Alright, so this is going to be part 2. I had to end my playthrough last night, so we're starting in the morning again here. And it looks like we're taking turn 3 of round 2, so not quite halfway done with our 3-round game here. And we are doing good on our commerce edict over here, and doing okay on the defend Rome. I'm going to have to probably step that up a little bit, but what I really want to do is get a little bit of an engine going. And if I remember our plans right, there's these 2 hospitiums over here. They each have the 2 population. If I can get 1 or both of those out, I can max my population track out and just basically not worry about gold for the rest of the game. I'll have a little bit of a strife problem, but hopefully I can make that up in like investments in these developments. Because yeah, I'm going to hopefully complete my edicts, but I also need to worry about that glory point requirement. So I clearly was planning to get a hospitium out in one of these turns. You know what? I haven't drawn up my hand. I only have 4, so let's get up to 5 here. And then that would also mean we didn't take our trade agreement income, so I'm going to take my 1 food and my 1 stone. Might make sense for us to use this mausoleum ability right away. I'm going to drop an influence token there. And then I'm going to cash in or exchange 4 of these food resources, and then I'm going to exhaust that. So that normally gets me gold, and then that gets me, so I'm going to take my 1 gold, and then exhausting that for this vaults ability lets me grab 2 other resources. And I'm trying to decide what to grab, and I think I'm going to get red or iron. There. Okay, wow, we're doing good on resources. That's cool. I need to build some things out here to be able to make use of those resources. So let's start that process. Oh, I remember what we were doing. Yeah, in true Euro fashion, this was like a 2-stage plan here. I had purchased this card in order to get a farm out. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to buy this farm for 2. That'll go into my hand for now. Takes us down from 4 to 2. And you can see that farm costs us, it's going to take 6 technology to get out. We have this portable abacus here, and I'm just going to spend food to take us to that boosted action. So we'll spend 1 food. I'm going to play this for its boosted action, so I'm going to tilt it so I remember. That gets me 7 technology, which is good enough for that farm. So I'm going to build that farm in kind of somewhere that's out of the way. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? If I can do this without messing up the cards here. When you complete, or when you develop over this one, you get to trash 1 strife, and that has to come from your hand. And even though Fulvia can play strife, so it's not as bad, it's still going to be negative points at the end of the game, negative 2 points per. So I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of that. I'm going to trash that strife because I'm building right here. And I'm going to take the technology bonus that's on that farm. 1 more technology bonus and we will unlock another influence token, which isn't a big deal right now because we don't have that much out there, unfortunately. Okay. Do I have enough to get a hospitium out? All I have to do is buy it, I think. Oh, shoot. No, I put this in the wrong place. I put this in the wrong place. So I'm going to have to take this back, take that strife back into my hand. And I'm going to put it somewhere where I have room around it. So I'm going to put it here. And that covers up a trade agreement, a potential trade agreement. But I'll show you why in a minute. Also, we forgot to take our glory point for that, so we're up to 7. Okay, now we can continue on. I think I'm going to be able to do the hospitium, so I'm going to spend my 2 gold there to buy essentially the contract to it. And you can see I need the 7 industry, but there's also this amenities requirement here. Hospitium must be adjacent to a development that produces food or water, and the production icons are over here. So this one actually doesn't produce a resource. Usually it's a resource, but here this one produces more industry, which will be great for trying to get that 2nd one out. But this farm is our only development right now that produces food for us. So we can put it next to that one, and we're going to want both of the hospitiums next to that one. Okay, so it gives us a bigger hand size, and that's about all it gives us other than this industry. But the real reason we really want this out is the population. So I was thinking through that, trying to decide where to put it. So it has to be in one of these 3 spaces adjacent to that farm. I'm going to go ahead and put it down here, I think. Keep it out of the way, because I don't see myself using it that much. So let's check and make sure. Yep, there was nothing I covered up that was going to give me anything. So I'm going to take my glory points. We are up to 10. It's actually looking not too bad. And then the biggest thing here is the 2 population. So we are up to 4 population. That's fantastic. And I didn't play my industry. Whoops. So I would have needed to get up to 7 industry. Let's go ahead and power up this wine merchant by spending a stone. Sorry, I feel like I keep forgetting steps and having to redo it. And then I'm going to play this 1 strife per Fulvia's ability as 1 additional industry. That would have gotten me to 7. I'm definitely not going to buy this turn, because when this market refills after the end of this turn, it's going to get cheaper. It's sitting at a price 3 gold right now, and it's going to slide down and get to price 2. So I'm going to much prefer that. I'm going to keep these cards in my hand though, and that's all I'm going to do this turn, I think. Yeah, that's all I'm going to do. So we'll clean up our player area here. We'll advance the turn track. Take a sip of coffee. And we got to refill this market. Oops, a deal from the correct stack there. We haven't unlocked level 2 yet. If you get 5 developments out, you unlock level 2, or you can wait until you hit round 3, then it unlocks for you. And we have 4 developments out, so actually our next one we'll be able to start dealing from that level 2 deck. I'm not sure I'm ready for that, but all right, we'll draw up our hand of 5. 3, 4, 5. Okay. We got the full be fortune. I mean, we could get 2 gold out of that this turn by walking ourselves through our population developments there, but it might make sense to get that hospitium out first and then use this card and really maximize that. Okay, can I get that out? I need 7. 4, 5, 6, 7, it would be right there. Yeah, or I could use this and use that card for something else. I think that's what we'll do. So I'm going to drop a token here. Why not? I'm here. I'm going to drop one there. Then we need to use one of these to move. I'm going to go ahead and use discipline to move. So I'm going to put a movement token on it. And we are moving for 2 right now because of our industry stat. Where do I want to go? Shucks. Well, no, I don't need to move yet, do I? Oh, the reason I was going to move is I was going to use that. Yeah, we'll go ahead and move. That's 1 of our movement. So I will turn this token down to 1 so I remember. Can't hardly see that, but. And I'll go ahead and drop an influence token here. Sorry that I hit my camera there. Kind of a persistent problem with me hitting my camera. Do I have enough gold? I don't. How am I going to get that gold? Okay, new plan. New plan. Instead of going that way, I'm going to go this way. I'm going to go up to the capital. I'm going to spend the stone to drop it on the bridge, an influence token, and I'm going to drop my final influence token on the capital. I'm going to go ahead and tax, which is going to feel really good because we have 4 populations, so we get 4 gold. That's a gold engine right there. And then we have to take strife for that. So we're getting a little bit risky. If you run out of strife cards, you lose. There's only 10 strife cards, but we're doing okay. Looks like we're about halfway through that deck. All right, now I have enough gold to buy this hospitium, and I'm going to go ahead and do that. So that cost me 2 gold. And then, what do we need? 7 industry. I'm sure we can get there. So that would be, I'll use a stone to boost this to get my 4, and then pay 1 of any resource for 3. I think that's worth it because we have some resources that we're not necessarily using. I also can't remember if I took my income from those, and I'm gonna, I can't remember if I took the income, so I'm just gonna not, just in case. I don't want to accidentally cheat. So anyway, I'm gonna play these 2 cards and play that one, but I'm gonna do that stipulation there on the top. I'm gonna pay probably a food resource to get that 3 industry, so that's 4, 5, 6, 7, and that will be good enough. So that's gonna cost me a stone and 1 of some other resource, so I'm gonna choose food, and we get to play this out. I'm going to put it over here and get my 3, so we're up to 13. Not bad for round 2, not bad. And then I'm going to take my population. We're up to population 6. This is fantastic. We only can do that tax action a few more times. Yeah, there's 6 cards left in the strife deck, which means we can do it 5 more times because we just can't take that last one. Which means, I mean, that's a ton of gold. We're going to do fine on gold. I need to not worry about gold then in terms of, you know, some of these leaders, you're going to really need to come up with a way to kind of spin straw into gold and get your resources and get those developments working for you to get that gold. But Fulvia, with her population and with the right cards coming out there, and we were patient. We waited for those population cards to come out, but this was a nice break to get those three out. What do we want to do next? I'm going to spend this to get the 2 iron, because we're going to go on a run here next, I think, to start defeating enemies, because I see some red cards in the market, and we need to start working on this Defend Rome edict here. So what do I want to do? I kind of want to stay on the capital so that I can go ahead and tax right away. So how many turns do we have left? We have a couple turns left, so I'm going to end my turn. I'm going to keep the cards in my hand that I have. Go ahead and clean up. Before we do that, I'm gonna exhaust this token for the production action. That would give me that stone right there. I don't want to waste anything. Okay, we'll advance the turn marker. We have this turn and the next turn before the round ends on us. All right, a military building there. It's actually nice. There's 2 military buildings out, which should play well into our strategy here. So I'm going to fill up my hand. We're going to start hitting more strife as we continue to play here. I better remember to take that income. So here's my stone and my food. So we have this Imperator card. We don't have any military buildings out, so this will be nice once we do. But this is a gold engine, like when we do go on our little adventure going around and conquering. That could be quite useful. Okay, and what else have we got? Got some cycling, that's okay. We've got this strife. We've got Fulvia's card here. I'm up here right now, and I kind of want to work my way down here because I could get 3 gold off of that moving through those. So, and then we have some, kind of have a mixed hand here. I'm not sure what I want to do. I kind of want to go conquering. I know I want some money. Let's go ahead and do that. Drop that influence token. We're going to tax, so we'll take that strife. That's just going to be so many points that we lose at the end of the game. It's okay though, because we get 6 gold just for doing that. Oh man, that is great to see. We have 8 gold total. We can do pretty much whatever we want with 8 gold right now. So I'm going to just plan for our big sweeping conquer couple of turns here, I think. So there's 1 gold that goes on top of our deck. That's a military card, so I'll take that. And then I'm going to spend 2 gold to buy this one and put it on top of our deck. And that will add, well, we don't have we don't have much for gold or for military in our hand. I got to do something with these other cards. Should we just do that Fulvia card run? Come down here and get some more gold? Why not? So I'm going to move with this. That's going to give me 2. We'll go 1, 2. I think we'll go ahead and do that whole bridge thing. So, oh, you know what? When we were here, if we drop that on there, we pay the stone. Now it has a while influence action. Once a turn, when your leader is on this development, you may play a card for movement. Oh, I have to play an additional card for movement. Why not? We're going to play this senator card for movement. And that's going to get us... Yeah, that's kind of what we need to... Whatever. It would have come out either way, because we'd have to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So it doesn't matter. We'll just say we play both of them for movement. And I'm going to work my way here, here, and here. And why that's significant is we're going to play Fulvia's card here for its boosted effect. And it says you gain 1 gold for every development your leader moves into this turn that provides population. So play that for the boosted action. To do that, I got to spend my food resource. And we moved into 1, 2, 3 developments that provide population. So that's an additional 3 gold. What's funny is if we had a bunch of loans in our deck, I'd be really excited about this gold, because this is like some of the richest I've ever been playing this game. And if we had a bunch of loans, I'd be like, great, now we can start paying down these loans. The problem with Fulvia is we've been focusing on strife so hard that you can't pay gold to get rid of your strife. You have to either pay usually it's 4 culture, she costs 7 culture, or usually it's a festival action. And she has a more expensive festival action. So I guess in a way you can pay gold down there, but yeah, I guess I'm getting a little bit concerned about the strife in her deck, but it'll be fine. We'll try to build developments and work around it. So I know I have more cards coming. Man, shucks. That round's gonna end on us. I'm gonna go ahead and discard this strife. And play the Imperator. Place it in your project area. Gain 2 gold after every successful conquer action. At the end of the round, you must pay 1 gold and discard this card. So I'm going to stick that over here somewhere. On our way by, what would we have dropped a token on? Probably right there just for the production action to get the stone. And then we'll flip this, spend that, and get the iron. So we're sitting good on iron. Sitting good on everything, really. That'll end my turn. Clean up over here. Discard my cards. Advance the turn marker. So this is our last turn, because after this it's going to hit the 2 there. So we were a little bit too deliberate in how we play. There's 3 cards we're not going to see this round. Can't forget to take my trade agreement income. And yeah, we need to go start conquering things. Alright, there's my other show of force. Okay, we have plenty of red. not enough to move very far with, but I have an idea though. So we're gonna play this guy for movement. That's going to give us 2 movement. I'm going to go up here right away. So we'll flip this guy and this one. And this is a tough enemy. 7 and 2, but the rewards are good. And then this one is also tough, 4 and 5. Yikes, but also good rewards. So I'm going to figure out, because we have this catapult. You may attack one enemy in adjacent space to your leader. Why don't we try that out? So this is going to take 9 for us to not take any strife. That 4 plus 5 on the top. Can we get to 9? So we're playing this for sure. That's 6. I'm going to power that up with iron. Luckily we have plenty. And we're... Unfortunately, and remember this is a typo, that's not actually 3, it's actually 2. So we're going to unfortunately have to power this one up as well. So I'll spend that iron. That gets us, we're plenty good on that 9. So we defeated this enemy, and we get, if it'll focus, come on. Yeah, 2 victory points and 3 gold. So I'm going to put that in my player area. Take my victory points, we're up to 15, and then 3 gold. Oh, goodness gracious. We need to buy things. I just maxed out my gold track. And, oh, man. That's really annoying. So I'm going to say before we take that gold, let's just say that we bought... We bought this guy for 3 gold. And I'm going to put it into my discard. And I rarely do that, and so I'm actually blanking on my rule. Pretty sure you can put it into your hand, your projects area, or your discard. So we're going to run with that. And then this one's actually quite nice as well. So I'm going to buy that and put it into my discard. So that's another 2 gold. Okay, now we're going to take our winnings from that. So that would be 3 gold. 1, 2, 3. And then for this Imperator card, we get an additional 2 for that successful conquer action. Okay, so at least we didn't waste any there. And we get to advance our, this was off camera, but our Defend Rome edict. We now have 2 defeated enemies. You guys, I think we're going to be able to do this. And then we're going to try to take on that enemy. She's 9 total, 7 and 2. Can I get there? This will get me 4. Military equal to twice your technology bonus. What's our technology at? A measly 1. Boo, that's no good. That's too bad. So that's just going to be 4, 5, 6. And that's not even enough. I would need... Well, no. If I play it for the basic action, here's 2 and +1 for every technology, so that's 3 out of this one. So 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, is that worth it? I don't want to have to come back over here. What I'm thinking through is she has 7 defense but 2 attack. I would end up taking 2 strife in order to defeat her this turn, because remember, this is our last turn of the round. Then everything gets shuffled up. And I don't want to have to hang around here and hope that I draw some military next time. So, we're just going to take the hit. We're doing fine on gold right now, and I know taxes are our gold engine, so taking those 2 strife are really going to limit us, but you know what, there's only 1 round left, and I would like to get this edict closer, so we'll go ahead and do this. We're going to spend this for its basic action, and this for the boosted one. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7 total. I've got to spend that iron. And that's good enough to defeat this enemy. She gives us 2 victory points and 3 gold. Take those 2 victory points right away. We're up to 17, doing pretty good. Can I spend money on anything that I want? What do I want? I mean, there's some good culture cards out here. What's this one? Pay up to 3 water. Oh, that one gets you technology or industry. Can I get into any water? I kind of want to, I wouldn't mind investing in some of these culture cards, because some of the bigger level 2 developments are all culture. You know what, let's go on a shopping spree here. Why not? Oh, I forgot to take my 2 strife from that enemy. Sorry, I'm all over the place. So we have 3 strife left. I'm going to spend 6, 7, 8. This is probably ridiculous. I spent 8, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll gain my 3, 1, 2, 3, then I'll spend the 2. I think I did that right, but now I gain 2 more for the Imperator. So now we're up to 5 again. Because what were we at? Yep, that's correct. Because it took us down to 0 and then back up to 5. I did that in a wonky order, but... okay. Okay. We're playing a little loosey-goosey with the strife here, but that gets us to the end of this edict from the standpoint of we've defeated 3 enemies. Now we just need to take on this big enemy, which is, 13 total? And so we're going to need to try to pull our military cards all at once. Okay, at the end of the round, I have to discard this card and pay 1 gold. It was good to us, though. That netted out very well. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and discard the rest of my deck. Got a lot of culture there, so we'll hope we see some culture. Now I'm going to move these trade agreements to the center. We got 2 rounds out of those. Now those are dead. And we're going to deal advanced attributes. I'm going to advance the round marker, reset the turn track. All right, I see some industry and some culture. Now the trick will be, I know the Colosseum and the Pantheon, I think, are, whoops, I didn't need to deal there. I didn't need to deal there either. I know the Colosseum and the Pantheon are culture, I'm pretty sure. So some of the big ones and some of the fun thematic ones tend to be culture of the level 2s. So now that we're in round 3, I by default unlock the ability to deal from the level 2 deck. The reason I want to do that is not so much for my engine, because we don't need an engine. We're taxing for our money, even though we can only tax twice more. So we don't care about what our engine is out here right now, like some other leaders might. What we really care about is points. And so I'm going to try my best to get a couple of level 2 developments out and basically just try to power past the strife penalty that's in my deck right now. Like, we have so much strife, and we have some ground to make up from that perspective. So, okay, take a sip of coffee here. Shuffle up my deck, which is significant because we've been buying cards like crazy, which is good, except for we haven't been upgrading our military at all. And the military is what increases your hand size, and I also don't have many card draw effects. I guess I could end my turn on the hospitium, one of them, and that could give me some card draw. But my worry is we have some great cards in our deck, but do we have enough card draw to get through our deck? So I might have to think about that. I might have to get myself down there and get that card draw out. Okay, so we can draw our hand of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn 1 of round 3. This is the last round. There's a strife. I'm also going to try to think about, maybe getting rid of some of this strife of the festival action. So I might keep that in the back of my mind. But let's look what we have here. We have just not a very useful hand. Shucks. I'm not planning to do a lot of conquering. I'm going to play this to move. Gets me 2 move. I'm going to go over here to the capital. Why not? We're going to tax 1 more time. And that's going to get us 6, which puts us up to 10 gold. And take another strife into my discard. And we don't even get a chance to undo that. So I got to be careful. There's only 2 strife left. And I can only take 1 more. So I'm going to maybe keep this in my hand, kind of hoping to get it out of my hand. There's some culture. Culture 4, +2 for every influence development that provides culture. That's going to be challenging because this is my only one that does that. Okay. What's out here? Let's start from there, maybe. Circus Maximus is industry. Here's an industry card. That's pretty complex and not all that useful. Textile merchant. Culture, technology, chosen card provides industry instead. Now, that's not bad. That's not bad. So that's going to take, Circus Maximus takes 13 industry. Could I even get close? Because this would get me up to what? 5 plus some other amount of industry. Oh man. Discard any number of cards of the same color. Gain the attribute corresponding to that color. I mean, that really could be a culture card for me. What else we got here? We've got Temple of Bacchus. That wants technology. No can do on that. Here's the amphitheater. Now that's culture. It's unfortunately not the culture that I've been looking for. And there's the Arch of Constantine. And that would be pretty sweet. That's 9 points. But that's military, and that's 14 military. And the card I have in my hand is not that useful for that. So I unfortunately am struggling with what move to make next here. Here's a musician. That could get me culture 8. Man, I'm just not that impressed with my choices. Do I just spend my turn cycling? Because I could cycle cards in the market up here. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm being so indecisive here. There's too many choices. Let's see. I kind of want to get to this to culture 12, but I kind of want to save. Sure, I'm just going to do something. So I'm going to pay 3 gold to buy this card. 1, 2, 3. I keep forgetting about her ability here. We can spend an iron to get that into our hand. Apologize if you hear my kids running around in the other room here. They are definitely morning people. Alright, so I'm putting that in my hand per Fulvia's ability. Exhaust an influence token on development that provides culture to gain 8 culture. Well, let's see if we can do that. I'm going to play this for movement. Get me down to here. That. I'm also going to drop one here while I'm there. Spend that to do so. Okay, so this could get me to 8. No, that's the wrong one. This could get me to 8 culture. And I needed what? 12? 9, 10, 11, 12. There, that'll do it. So we'll play both of these for their boosted actions. So that's going to cost me 2 water, which is all I have. I have nothing for a water engine, so I'm glad I did that earlier to try to diversify. And then I have to exhaust this token in service of that, and I'm down to 0 water. But we would get that out. Now, normally I'd have to buy this first, and this is ridiculous. Don't buy things if they're this expensive, but I'm just going to do it because I have the money. Now we have 3 gold. That cost us 4 gold to buy this, and we just played enough culture to get it out. So I tend to be... If I build here, I can get 2 iron, which seems kind of exciting, except I kind of want to be over here. So I am going to build it over here. All right, look at that, 7 points. We're up to 24, and that's a gross 24. We're going to have to net that down. And what else does that give me? Gives me culture. We get another trade token. I'm not really planning to use it, but it's there. I'm going to keep both of these in my hand because I know I'm going to be drawing some more of these red cards, and maybe we'll try to get one of those big military buildings out. Or do I spend it trying to cycle cards? Sorry. No, I'm just going to go with what's here. So advance the turn marker, fill in the market. Give me something good. Another amphitheater. Draw up to my hand size of 5. I'm drawing a bunch of my basic cards. I need to get through these cards faster than that. Oh, I would have exhausted that to get myself the 2 iron. And I get my influence tokens back. Yeah, we're suffering a little bit from the fact that we haven't gotten as many developments out as I maybe would in another game with a different leader because we focused on our population. And so a lot of times instead of going into your population, your bonuses would be going into your tracks here, in which case you'd be like getting more influence tokens, improving your movement, building up your hand size, and getting more trade tokens. And we just been focusing so hard on population, which is great. We have enough gold to do stuff, but it's sort of hurting us late game because we're not as powerful in those other areas as we might be if we had focused and diversified a little bit. Okay, we have some culture, some industry, technology. Man, these hands where I have all four suits in my hand are just not helpful. So let's look out here. What do we have that we could buy? Exchange a pair of same type resources for 1 gold. Huh. Here is some military. Gain stone. Is there a military building? You know what? If I remember right, we have those obelisks, or that obelisk in those barracks. So what else could I get to? I'm just not liking those cards. I'm going to do a bunch of cycling this turn. I don't like my hand. I'm going to play this, and I'm going to pay a resource. I think I'm going to pay an iron. I have plenty of iron to get industry 3. Then I'm going to play all these face down. 4, 5, 6. I'm going to keep that strife in my hand. So I just generated 6 industry, and I'm going to get rid of a bunch of these cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Get rid of all those. I want to see something different. All right, I'm going to end my turn. And we'll talk through what came out in the market here after I draw up my next hand. So these get cleaned up. Clean up my player area here. Draw up my hand size. And man, I'm being inefficient too because I've been forgetting to drop influence tokens. I know it's not, hasn't been critical to the way we've been playing, but you know, just getting that 1 stone every turn, that's a operator error there. All right, what do we get? Something good. Come on. Nothing good. Nothing good. Well, no, we got our wine merchant and we got 2 strife. That's good for industry. What's out here for industry? Yeah, Circus Maximus. I'd be really happy if we got that out. So we need to get to 15 industry to make that happen. There's no industry in the market. How do we make that happen? We have actually, you know what? We have 2 developments down here that provide, or they produce industry. So that could be 6 total, plus, what is this? I could get up to 8. Do I have a green card to discard? No. Goodness me. I could buy this long ship for 3 gold just to get to industry 8. Because how much do I need? I need 13. I'm looking at my board here. You know what? I could get there without doing that. Because 6 plus 6 is 12. I can do it without doing that. All right, let's try it. Surprisingly, we're low on gold. So the trick will be, can we move? I need to save like one of these strife cards for sure. So I need to get to here. No, we're good. We're good with gold. All right. We're going to play this one for movement. I'm going to drop one there, there, and there on my way. So this is going to get us just a stone for our trouble. That's fine. What we really want is we're going to spend these for their industry. So that's 3, 6. Then I'm going to play this powering it up with a stone for another 6. Whoa, dropped it. And we power it up with a stone. That's 12. And then I'm going to play Physician face down for 13. Haha. And we would have bought this first, so I'm going to spend 2 gold. And now we have the Circus Maximus. We generated 13 industry. Hey, that's exciting. Where do we want to put it? I'm going to put it right next to the capital. All right, that's 9. 24 would be 33. Oh, that's looking really good. And what else did it give us? A culture and an industry. Okay, not enough to unlock anything new, but I'm just so pleased with that. I can't move with these. I can only play them for one of any attribute with her ability, and I can't afford to get rid of them, so I'm going to clean up my player area. That's the end of the turn, but man, was that a good turn. All right. I'm feeling good. I think we're going to do it. Oh, and I can't forget to work on this Defend Rome Edict. We still have to, at some point, and at any point, defeat that barbarian army. Can't forget about that. So, advance the turn track. We'll move and refill the market. Let's see what comes out. I want to build the Colosseum. Let's see if it comes up. No, that's the Forum. That's okay. It's more industry, though. We kind of spent all our industry. All right. Oh, look at that. More strife. Ha! Not helpful. We drew our obelisk, which seemed like such a good idea at the time. Right. I'm not liking this. I'm going to keep this catapult. I can't play this to move. What a waste. I don't want to put it in my projects area because that's going to cost me gold every turn. But what I really need to spend my military on is that. I'm going to discard this. What a waste. Wow. What am I going to do here? I'm kind of stuck because unless I play this to move, I can't do, or I could discard one of these and hope to move next time, but what I need to do is I need to get back to the capital and I need to take my last tax action to get a bunch of gold so I can do a couple more things before the game is over, including take a festival action to get rid of some of this strife. Problem I'm coming up with is I need this catapult to defeat my last edict, and so what am I going to do? Let the turns go by and draw one card at a time? I don't think I can do that. I have enough strife in my deck that I'm sure we'll draw into some more, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to drop an influence token where oh, hey, I think I forgot to do this, but I'll do it this time. I get to draw 2 cards if I end my turn here. An extra 2 cards. Shucks, I'm not paying enough attention to what's out on the board. Okay, I'm going to call it good. I'm going to call that the end of the turn. We have this turn, next turn, next turn. We have 3 turns left. I need something good to come off of the deck for me. Okay. We're for sure going to move here. I'm going to go this way. And do I want to drop any influence tokens anywhere? I don't know. I don't know. It depends if I move with this. I might move with this. So I am going to move with that to get myself back here. So I need to drop one here. I'm going to drop one here. And where else? Here. So I'm going to get that food. Oh, pay 2 stone to get 1 gold. I like that. I like that. Now we have the 2 gold. I And then I'm going to exhaust that for a food and a water. It'd be nice to have that water just in case. And then, yep, we're doing it. We're going to take our last tax action. I don't advise this. We're running pretty hot here. But that gets us another 6, so we're up to 8. And that's all I want to do this turn. I'm going to end my turn. I'm just hoping to pull off one more big move before the end. Because now we have this turn and the next turn. We have 2 turns left. I'll take these back. Yeah, I don't necessarily advise taking as much strife as I have this game. That's 5. Oh, and I forgot to draw my extra cards again. Shucks. I've shot myself in the foot a couple of times this game by just forgetting things. Believe it or not, what I really wanted to do was draw some strife. We're going to do that anyway. We're going to get rid of the strife we can, though. So because of her ability down here, it cost me 2 strife to do a festival action, or 2 gold, I'm sorry. But I get to return these 2, which helps. That's 4 points right there. And let's look what's out here. I need to defeat that barbarian army. And here's the only military card out in the... That could get me up to 8. This could get me 6, which is, what, 14? Which would be enough. So yeah, I'm going to do that. And you know what? I'm going to do it this turn. So I'm going to pay the 2 gold to buy that card. Normally it goes on top of your deck, but Fulvia is allowed to pay 1 iron to put it into her hand. I think that's worth it in this case. And then I'm going to play both of these for their boosted action. 7 plus 6 is 13. This will get me to 12. I am going to do that. I'm going to play these 2 for their boosted action. I'm going to neglect to pay that food. I'd rather keep the resource. I have more cards than resources right now. And I'm going to play that face down to get me there. So I need to pay the 2 iron. And I'll put this over here so I remember it's in my hand. And that gets us to the 7 plus 6. We don't have to take any strife. So we have completed the requirements of this card. Now we're just going for glory points. Both cards are done. We don't have any loans in our deck. Now we're just going for glory. So that's second to last turn. Now it's our last turn. All right, guys. Here we go. 3, 4, 5, and just the worst final hand. Oh, man. Forgot to refill the market. Just the worst. I'm not going to get any other developments out. I could tax, but then I'm stuck with all this strife, and this would be 6 points right here if I could get this out of my hand. Oh, what a boring last turn if that's the way I go. Do I want to go out like that? I'd rather get one of these buildings out. What do I have? I could draw a card with this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to play this one to draw a card. Something good. Come on. Well, not that good. Technology. Are there any technology developments out here? Yeah, there's the Temple of Bacchus. 14 it wants. Could we do it? That would be... We have enough food, so that would be 4, and 5 is 9. We can do it. Let's do it. We can do it with this card. So I'm going to spend 2 gold. There we go. We're going to do something cool yet. Don't worry. Yeah, I'm going to spend 2 gold. Oh, we're going to have just enough gold. And I'm going to spend an iron to put that into my hand. Thankful for Fulvia's minted ability there. So this long ship is going into our hand. So now we have some technology to work with. Then I'm going to buy the Temple of Bacchus for 2 gold. All right, cool. At least we're doing something cool in our last turn. Now that's in our hand. We got to get to 14 technology to get the Temple of Bacchus out. So let's see if we can do it. If we Power this up, that gets us 5. Power this up, that gets us 5. And that would be 14 if we power that up. Look at that, just enough. And we were out of gold. We couldn't do anything else. All right, so got to play those 3 for their boosted actions, which means reduce my gold by 3, or my food by 3, and then we get to play this out. All right, that's more like it. Where do we want to put it? I think let's round off our cool little Western Empire here. Give ourselves 8 points. So that's what, 41? Yep. I think we're going to do it by a mile. We had a good game. All this strife. I don't have any gold, and I don't have a way to get gold. I have no cards left. So I just have to discard this. If we had any gold left, we could play an influence token here for the tax action, but we don't. So, okay, that's the end of the game. That's the end of 3 rounds. I'm pretty happy with this. I'm gonna move my technology bonus up just for posterity here, and we would have unlocked another influence token, which would have been nice earlier. Look at this. We have a huge deck. So I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna find all of the loans, or strife. I mean, we had no loans. There's one. There's another. Oofta. Wow. We got a lot of strife. Okay, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 14. Oh man. So 41 minus 10 is 31, minus another 4 is 27. We had a net 27 points. I have a feeling that's going to be plenty good, because between these two, we had, what is that, 31? So we had, oh my goodness, we lost. No. That was horrible math. We needed 21. Oh man, games are hard when you do that. No, we needed 21 total glory points, and we managed to do 27 net glory points. Wow. That was certainly an unconventional game. That's how it can look with Fulvia, with her emphasis on population. That's hard to pull off. You kind of need to sometimes mill the deck to find those population developments. But, looking out over it, I'm pretty happy with this. We cleared the board pretty good of enemies. We had a couple of level 2s out here. We had 3 level 2s, and we kind of built this cool little, if we'd have played a 4th round, we would have had a huge, population center here to work from for, moving around and getting our engine going and trying to work our developments, rather than, because at some point in a 4-round game, Fulvia is going to run out of strife like we did here, and she's going to have to start making her developments work for her instead of just counting on taxes. And we had actually set ourselves up pretty good if we were going to play a 4-round game. So we would have had to build out somewhere else, but yeah. Cool. Well, hey, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and definitely check out the game. Hey guys, for anybody who made it this far, just wanted to cut in and say that I forgot one element in my scoring. I forgot about Octavian here. We just left him in our deck. I didn't go through the effort that it was going to take to trash him. So he was still in our deck and cost us -5 victory points. And the good news is we still won, but our margin of victory was a lot smaller than we thought. I thought we had a net 27 victory points, and we had a net 22 after subtracting these additional 5. And so if I remember right, our requirement was 21. And so yeah, we still won. We had 22, and we needed 21, and then we obviously fulfilled the rest of our edict requirements. But yeah, narrow victory, more exciting of a finish than I even thought. So just wanted to pop in here and say that. But otherwise, yeah, thanks for watching. I will see you guys later.